Okay, it's another edition of Conversation on Oluyole FM 98.5 in the city of Ibadan. Yes, Conversation is a program where we give you stories. We dish out stories making the rounds across the country and, of course, across the shores of the country. And we give our views and opinions on these stories making the rounds. And, of course, you too will have the opportunity of making your own views to known on these stories that we have dished out. And of course, we are networking with Okeogun 96.3 FM in Okeogun area of Oyo State and Agility 92.1 FM, Gambali, Ogbomoso. The good program is Conversation, and my name is Bimbo Akambi.
Conversation.
Well, yes, this story I can see here in the Nation newspaper. Yes, I have the Nation and the Vanguard with me here. Nigeria has canvassed solutions to the debt crisis in developing economies and reordering of the world order to enable them access trade opportunities. This was the position of the Nigerian government as read in its statement in the early hours of today, the second day of the 80th United Nations General Assembly. The sessions were being held at the UN headquarters in New York, United States. The statement was read by Vice President Kashim Shettima for the second year running on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The President called for sovereign debt relief to developing countries as they record significant progress in their growth journey, and he proposed the radical reform of the global financial system characterized by new mechanisms in addressing the debt crisis. Well, he's seeking help and is offering solutions, at least on behalf of Nigeria and Nigerians, offering solutions to debt crisis in developing countries. Well, let's hope how that one goes. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed the National Security Advisor, NSA, Malam Nuhu Dibado, to immediately commence engagements with the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, Ogoni communities in Rivers State, and other stakeholders for the resumption of oil production. Tinubu gave the order while receiving the report of the Presidential Committee on the Ogoni consultations, chaired by former Vice Chancellor of the University of Port Harcourt, Professor Don Badidam at the State House, Abuja, yesterday. The delegation was led by Governor Siminalayi Fubara. All exploration in Ogoniland was halted in 1993 following widespread protests by the indigenes against environmental degradation. Well, production, or restoration of oil production. Well, it was promised during about past two administrations. Yes, and well, nothing was really done about the restoration of oil production. Now our president is promising oil production, the restoration of oil production again in Ogoniland, and he has given all stakeholders, the mandate to see how this restoration will come up. Well, if it can come up, well, kudos to him. Now, healthcare crisis. What government can do to end mass migration of doctors? NMA, NARD, AMLSN, others. It is glaring. There is nothing government can do more than letting doctors have a good lease of life, giving them what is supposed to be theirs on time, and providing a good environment, a conducive environment, yes, for them, so that they can be able to stay on the job, not migrating elsewhere. Give them good salaries, incentives, and other welfare packages. They will not japa to anywhere. Now, the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NAD, Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists of Nigeria, AMLSN, among others, yesterday raised alarm over increasing migration of medical professionals abroad, warning that the development, popularly known as Japa syndrome, is putting too much pressure on the healthcare system. And to rescue the country from the syndrome, which has led to the near collapse of the country's healthcare system, the professional bodies also charted a way forward for government. President of NAD, Dr. Tokwe Washundaza, that is the National Association of Resident Doctors, who raised the alarm at the opening of the association's 45th annual general meeting and scientific conference in Katsina yesterday, noted that the number of resident doctors in the country had dropped from about 15,000 in 2014 to roughly 8,000 this year. That's quite alarming. And he said the exodus of health workers has potentially increased the percentage of critically ill patients with an inadequate healthcare workforce to cater for their health needs. Yes, that is the negative effect. It is the people that will suffer when two elephants fight. Because sometimes when these doctors embark on strike with government, when they fight, it is the grass that suffers, the grass, and we, the people, are the grass that always suffers it. And yes, on its part, the Nigerian Medical Association, Lagos State Chapter, outlined key measures government must adopt to stem the exodus of doctors. The chairman, Dr. Babajide Said, said there are 4 major things government can do to stop the Japa syndrome. First, improve remuneration through upward review of the consolidated medical salary structure, CONMES, professional allowances, and implementation of non-taxable call duty allowances. And he mentioned a second point here: provide better welfare packages, including housing loans spread over 10 to 15 years and car loans over 5 years. And the third, invest in the training and retraining of doctors locally and abroad. And fourth, improve infrastructure and create a conducive working environment. And similarly, the Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists of Nigeria, AMLSN, described the mass migration of health professionals as a national tragedy. President of the group, Dr. Kasmia Ifeanyi, said, Nigeria is bleeding not through bullets or bombs, but the steady flight of our most critical human resource, our health workers, our health workforce. And every week, doctors, nurses, medical laboratory scientists, pharmacists, and other professionals leave for foreign lands. Yes, that is the submission of the AMLSN. And of course, I read earlier the submission of the NMA and the NARD, that is the National Association of Resident Doctors. Well, if all this can be looked into, I think our doctors will stay. They will stay back and, embark on their duties as they should. Now, let's go to, well, let me see if I can see. Yes, restructuring key to Nigeria's sustainable development. That is according to the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. And the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, has identified restructuring as key to sustainable development in Nigeria. He, however, said it should not be considered as just a political demand, but seen as a strategic imperative for the nation's development and enduring unity. The former Benue State Governor, who said this at the public presentation of a book, Restructuring Nigeria, The Way Forward, written by former Rivers State Governor Celestine Omehia in Abuja yesterday, also urged Nigerians championing this cause to pursue it with a spirit of patriotism, dialogue and peace, with the ultimate aim of strengthening the nation's unity and not as a divisive weapon. And those in attendance included former national chairman of People's Democratic Party (PDP), which is Secondus, Austin Okpara, former Rivers State Governor Chibuike Rotimi Amechi, former Governor of Akwa Ibom State Victor Atta, and Senator Ben Obi. Others are Adamu Meina Waziri, Mike Omeri, Ugochukwu Taiwo Okeke, the unveiler of the book, and Mike Ozekume San, and also former Cross River State Governor Liel Imuke, among others. Well, everybody knows that restructuring is key to Nigeria's sustainable development, but are all those in governance today and other stakeholders ready to, key into these restructuring options being talked about most times? Because there have been so many conferences that have been held years back, and restructuring always comes up, well, after some time the report will be swept under the carpet and people will keep shouting restructuring. Well, let's hope this one stakeholders here will try and do something positive here. Yes, I have this one here. Yes, I've talked about the Tinubu, the restoration of oil production. Yes, this one says Nigeria targets 7% annual growth. Shetima tells global partner at UNGA. Yes, I had gone over that a while ago. And yes, ex-Rivers Administrator Ibas at Villa to brief President. Yes, I think to brief the President on how funds were spent during his brief administration of the Rivers State Governor when he was a sole administrator during the emergency rule, 6 months emergency rule. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday, former Rivers State Governor, yes, former Rivers State Administrator Vice Admiral Ibok Ete-Ibas at the Presidential Villa Abuja, where Admiral Ibas, who arrived at the State House at about 5:55 p.m., was seen in the company of the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, and the Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Mr. Ola Olukoyede. Edun had early been cited entering the villa only to return later carrying a file, underscoring the gravity of the engagement with the President. Vice Admiral Ibas retired tour of duty as administrator in Rivers State on September 17, following the termination of the 6-month emergency rule proclaimed by the president on March 18. Last Thursday, President Tinubu had directed the reinstatement of suspended Governor Siminalayi Fubara, his deputy Professor Ngozi Udu, and members of the Rivers State House of Assembly. And at its maiden post-emergency rule plenary, the Rivers State House of Assembly, presided over by Speaker Martin Amawule, said it will not hesitate to invite the administrator for clarifications should the need arise. Yes, I think he wants to put a record straight before he appears before the Plateau State House of Assembly. Well, I believe it's a normal thing. Yes, it's a normal thing. Yes, Ogun government on Daniels Road project, we won't compromise standards. Yes, and then I have this one here. NLNG's advisory board rates 2025 entries below average. There's still room for improvement. And Wike states now financially viable to embark on more projects. States are now more financially viable to embark on more capital projects than under previous administrations, Federal Capital Territory FCT Minister Nyesom Wike declared yesterday. Wike spoke in Ika local government area of Akwa Ibom State during the inauguration of the 15.13-kilometer Ika Azumine Road, which links the state to Abia State. The FCT minister hailed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for ending the oil subsidy regime. He noted that the president's bold decision paved the way for states to get more funds to do life-changing projects for their people. Yes, that is a good one too. But, well, we know that some states have been carrying on some projects even before now. Some projects, viable projects, yes, especially here in Oyo State and some other states. And, we hope the increase in the financial funds for states, I'm sure that it will enhance more construction and the construction of some facilities.
Conversation.
Yes, the program is still conversation, and yes, I was talking about the Grand Master, the Minister for Health, FCT, who has said allocations to states.
FCT Minister, you wanted to say?
FCT Minister had been increased so that the states can, embark on more viable projects and improve on those projects. So I said, well, some states have been, embarking on projects, and I specifically mentioned Oyo State. But now that the funds that will be allocated to them will increase, we hope that some things more viable and more, achievable will be, put in place for people.
You didn't mention personnel welfare. If there is more money to deliver more projects, there should be more money to take care of personnel of the civil servants. And we have here a situation where many governors actually think this is not important. You'll be hearing things like, the former governor of Kaduna State, it was one of those many governors that when they increase when they get more money and personnel that will be used for the execution of even those projects that they are talking about, they will start hearing things like, I was not elected to pay salaries alone. If I don't pay salaries, and so what? You start hearing things like that. Because like I always say, if you build infrastructure and you refuse to build people, if you pay regular payment of salaries and emoluments will then transcend to even people, other people that are not civil servants, benefiting, because that money will go back into the market. So, like I said, if you refuse to build people and you keep on building infrastructure, the people you refuse to build will destroy the infrastructure you have built. So while you are delivering more projects, you must also understand as a governor that you also have to take care of the personnel, of the people that work for you. Well, I can speak confidently for your state that personnel welfare is a priority for the current administration. But I remember during the Buhari, that time that we had this, was it depression, they called it at that time, that, they said it was a global thing. And then President Buhari, at the time, I think during his first tenure, he made an arrangement for the states to have more money. They called it something at that time, I've forgotten what they called it at that time. So, but then, and then he said that money, it was so specific. He said it was for the payment of salaries, because a lot of states were having problems paying salaries due to the depression. And the governors retorted. They said that he had no right to tell them what to do with the money. But a lot of them insisted that they were going to still put it on projects. And the reason they were not paying civil servants at that time was because they said the money they had was to deliver projects that would be of benefit to a larger fraction of the people, and not just for civil servants. So when more money now came, so what now happens to the money that was already on ground to deliver projects, so that you still want to use the money that we are told should be used to pay civil servants for projects. So I'm just recalling all this morning, that Mr. Wike should not be thinking about projects alone. It is also very important that you take care of people, that you build people as well. It's also here, Wike says states now viable to deliver more projects. And we have this one, Oluyole or Baladoja will modernize city, all set for coronation. Yes, of course, he will be modernizing the city, because with his influence, he can attract many things to Ibadan land. He can attract many things to Ibadan land. And of course, a lot of people out there want to curry his favor. He is well, now he's father of all, and he is for all, as the Olubado. But then he's also a politician, and a very successful one at that, and a very powerful and influential politician at that. So, and all over the country, more so it's nearing election time. General elections are around the corner, 2027. So a lot of these big names will want to call his favor, those that are in office and those that are out of office. So with that, of course, this is the time that even beyond the elections, his influence, his goodwill remains aside politics. So of course,
especially the business world.
So a lot of even big businesses want to call his favor, so they want to bring good things to Ibadan land. I say congratulations again to the people of Ibadan.
And congratulations to the Olubado himself.
Tinubu orders restoration of all production in Ogoni, and Ogoni 4 get national honors. That's in order.
Like I said earlier that there was a time that I think through administrators before President Tinubu, they wanted to start something positive in Ogoni land then, but I don't know whether it. I think it was stopped midway, and all production was not coming up again. But President Tinubu wants to restart the process again, and he has even mentioned some stakeholders that they should meet with the Ogoni people to set out ways at which the production will be restored to that area.
But gunmen on Bimbo, I do not know. I'm afraid for Kwara State, Bimbo. What is happening in Kwara? Gunmen on 50 bikes kill woman, kidnap 6 in Kwara community.
Something like that happened then about, I think, 2 days ago or so.
And Abdurazak, that's the governor, Aliyu renew commitment to stamping out banditry in Kwara and Sokoto. Gunmen suspected to be bandits in the early hours of yesterday invaded Motoko village and Patigi local government area of Kwara State. The invaders came on 50 bikes and attacked the village around 6 a.m. The operation, it was gathered, lasted for 4 hours. Where were the security agencies? The usual excuse is the area is too remote, the terrain is difficult. I guess that will what they will be saying. And then the operation, it lasted 4 hours, and then the police commissioner Adekimi Ojo confirmed the incident to correspondents. Mr. Ojo said the village was attacked by bandits on about 50 motorbikes. 6 people missing, suspected to have been kidnapped. A woman suspected to have sustained gunshot injuries died later. There are some things that it doesn't require to be a security operative to raise certain questions and to ponder over certain things. Now, 50 motorbikes traveling together on the open road, and especially in that kind of area where they're having this issue of security issues, and you see those motorbikes, and of course, it can't be just one person on one motorbike, as many as 3 or 4 or 5, and you see them moving in a particular direction together, and no one asks questions. No security operative has seen them. No one has communicated with security operatives. I don't want to believe that could have happened. That with no one, they didn't draw the attention of anyone, and they didn't draw the attention of the security operatives. Oh, really? That is even in the normal times, that is a very strange spectacle, not to talk less of these precarious times, especially in that part of the country. And until they moved to their location, did what they went there to do, for good 4 hours. We keep asking these questions, we won't get answers, and we wait again for the next incident. Of course, the usual condolences, and then wait for the next incident to happen. Our government to conduct confirmation exams for 643 junior officers. Well, talking about promotions there. And DSS false Kado's claim of being treated by quacks. Appeal court reserves judgment. If he's not comfortable with those treating him, by all means, you have to change those that are attending to him. Because nothing must happen to him, we all know, and if you don't want tongues to be set wagging.
Now, again, 6 rescued as 2 I think it's all about a collapsed building again in Lagos. 6 rescued as 2-story building collapsed again in Lagos.
Lagos again. Lagos and collapsed buildings.
Now, the 6 persons, including a trapped victim, were rescued on Wednesday after a 2-story building collapsed on Mudukbeola Street, Manguru, in the Alimosho local government area of Lagos State. And it was learned on Thursday that the incident occurred around 6 p.m., barely 2 weeks after 4 people lost their lives when a 3-story building caved in at number 325 Borno Street, Ebute Metta, Lagos. Where we'll take a short break and we'll be back.
With 20 essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, one Supermalt multivitamin after breakfast every day keeps you going.
any motor where you dey drive, you need confirm protection, no, for your engine, no. Keke make a mobile, make it mobile, oh, make it mobile. Anywhere you dey, your motor deserve to be number one, yo. Make it mobile, oh, make it mobile. Mobile carry the go, make everybody join me say, make it mobile.
Make you go with the best.
Make it mobile.
Conversation.
Right, we're back, and it's good to know you are still there. The program is still Conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM. Maybe I'm seeing something rather odd here, and I'm wondering, Bimbo, push for female Awujale gathers momentum. Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Well, it begins to look to me like the write-up here beginning to look to me like some kind of NPR for one of the candidates who happens to be a female. And I'm looking at this and I'm going to read it because, like I said, I find it quite odd. I don't know if this has happened before in the history of Ibadan land. Well, I know it's not new in Yoruba land to have a queen. The old Oyo Empire, we had them Alaafin or Potoniyu. Well, she was actually said to be a hermaphrodite. She had them both male and female genital organs, and that's why. And then at some time when she posed as a man, and at some point when the story, according to what this legend says, that the chiefs were beginning to suspect that they were being ruled by a female, and at some point they started challenging her. So at some point they asked her that, okay, if you are indeed male, the only way we can know is if we see your genital. Okay, and then the queen stood up and said, okay, I will do that. And then she was said, it's an interesting story. She was said to have pulled down what they call it, is it the Kembeda or whatever. And of course, they saw the male organ, but they also saw the female organ too. So they said she was that's what the legend says, that she was hermaphrodite, Alaafin or Potoniyu. And there was other cases where people ruled as regents, especially in the females,
the Ondo Ekiti area of Nigeria.
But now this is strange, Bimbo. I'm not very sure if we've had a female Awujale before. It says the push for a female Awujale is fast gaining momentum. It was launched yesterday. Now, the passing of the 46th Awujale of Ijebu and Oba Sikiru Adetono after a 65-year reign has set the stage for a never-forgetting-before historic succession battle. It is supposed to be one that will inevitably see a woman ascend the age-old revered throne for the first time in over 270 years. Like I said, it seems to be like some kind of PR for the female candidates. Among the names quietly resonating within royal and political circles is that of Dr. Oluwakemi Onanuga. She is seen as a formidable candidate whose royal lineage, global leadership credentials, and passion for progress governance are fueling conversations across the Ijebu nation. And especially UKB, I don't want to go on Bimbo because I don't want to seem like as if I'm also echoing this PR. I think I can see through the article Bimbo, but I'm just, why I read this is that I'm just wondering that is this can this actually fly? Can this actually fly? Well, I guess it's up to the kingmakers to decide if a female has the right into the throne in of Ijebu.
To some extent, with the support of the people. Flood submerges 5 communities in Kogi State. It's flood again. Executive Secretary of Kogi State Emergency Management Agency, Mukhtar Atima, has said floods have completely submerged Ibaje local government area of the state, warning communities along the river banks to immediately relocate to safer grounds. Yes, sir. I don't know how they can identify those safer grounds. Yes.
But I think we should open the phone lines. The line number to call is 5500 9850 and 080 5500 pardon me, 080 5500 9850 and 070 5555 1985.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm already here.
Good to have you, Mr. Warren.
I'm medical data matter. If you government know how to treat and national assembly, to secure them like likewise, the party they need distribute them. Because they know how to treat national assembly, because they need it. They're comfortable. They make the mechanism to comfortable likewise. On all matter, for 4 hours, bandit attack. Where is DSS? Execution. You can show them, yesterday we said DSS, and you show them. Where is them? For 4 hours. I'm surprised. It's a shame. On project, before they remove subsidy, so I'm going to do well, very well, like package they do well. My videos. But I ask you a quick question. Governor of Imo State, what's he finally doing? He's doing nothing there. Why is it matter? Thank you much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Emodem. 070 5555 1985. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Member.
Good morning. Good to have you, sir.
I think the fund that was still released by Buhari administration that we are trying to remember was the ecological fund. And that was that president said he couldn't give the specific project or whatever that they spent the money on. I think it was the ecological fund.
Right, 070 5555 1985. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Tola, Mr. Bimbo.
Good morning.
John calling from Ilori.
Good to have you, Mr. John.
Well, I think when the administration of Jonathan could not pay salaries again, when Buhari came in, what he did was to give bailout.
Bailout, yes, that's what they called it.
Bailout to the state. And he begged them to use it in collecting salaries and gratuity, other things. But the governor told him clearly that you don't have the right to tell us how to spend our money. And in the early days, people felt Buhari would do very well, but he was frustrated. Because after bailout, there is this Paris Club money again.
Paris Club.
He was giving them, his governor, begging them passionately, please, clear people's salary, clear pension. He called them, but they told him clearly, you don't have the right to tell us how to spend our money. They started building hotels everywhere. So the first 2 years of Buhari was fantastic. That is why Nigeria was praying for him when he was sick. But by the time he returned from his sickness, it was another thing entirely. So the government has been hijacked from him. He meant well in the initial stage. Secondly, the issue of insecurity in Kwara is alarming. Mr. Tola, I lived in Kwara State. I grew up in Kwara State. I had the opportunity of talking to His Excellency Abdulrazak because we grew up together for many years, playing football together in his father's compound. Sam, Baba Abdulrazak, then. And I told him, the insecurity we were enjoying in Ilori when we were young, playing football, even going to night party, there was security everywhere. All this attention to one thing. All over Kwara State, you will find out that you won't see police present in most of those villages, talk less of military. That is the fact. Anybody from Ilori can challenge me. When you post someone to all these areas, when they knew they will not get anything, what they simply do is to bribe their way back to the city where they will be getting their normal toy. Whatever toy means, me myself I don't know, but you can guess. They will not stay in those villages because those villages mostly are farm settlements where they will get virtually nothing. So when you are traveling to the Tapa area, all those areas, you find out that you will find no security man on the road. But in like Oyo sector, you are going to say, you are going to Shaki, you are going to Tipapo, you are going to Okaka, you will meet security agencies on the road. But like Wara, it wasn't so. So it is easy for bandits to invade a village, stay there, they will stay there for a day. Because how will you not mobilize from Ilori or from Ofa or from Owe, mobilize to go to one of the Tapa village? You can't. They walk their way back to the city where they can be getting little change. Something must be done. And I'm saying this. The Southwest governor, are you seeing it? Are you listening? The handwriting is on the wall. You are seeing it, though. Don't let this cut you unaware. They are invading us gradually. Enjoy your day, sir. Good morning.
Thank you, Mr. John. We have this commercial break. We'll be back.
I am malaria, the king of malaria parasites. My mission is simple: to take over your body, to cause fever, chills, headache. But one thing stands in my way. Come on.
Effective relief from malaria. Comal on. Malaria gone. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult doctor.
Èyíkéyìí ọkọ̀ tó bá ń wà. Ó nílò ààbò tó péye. Máa dágunlá jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mobile. Kíbikíbi tó bá wà ló mú ojúlówó. Bóyá sọ pé jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mobile. Mobile ní ìṣúlẹ̀ ọjọ́. Jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mobile. Lọ pẹ̀lú ojúlówó. Jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mobile.
All right, we're back on the program. Is still conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM. Taking your phone call.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Alaji Ayilabogo calling from Lalate.
Good to have you, Alaji.
I've been saying time without number that they need to declare a state of emergency on insecurity in Nigeria, especially on the northern part of the country. Now, we need to involve the local vigilante, our hunters. What do I mean? There is a set of scenario in Lalate here. Somebody is tampering with our transformer, the cable. And anytime we have, we get a new hunter, or let me say security, he will drag you to the extent of removing the cable. Now we want to warn hunter, he told us, you need security or you need a security man. We said we need security. So that day, there's never tampering with such a transformer. What do I mean? These people, they have a sort of natural power, a sort of Yoruba science power. So, and we should all be able to use all these things, this avenue. We have some people who can provide security, they have the means. So let's use them for our own sake, for our security. Thank God we have the Amotekun, but we should incorporate the hunters, the security, the local people. So I think that one will help a lot. Now on Natasha, day before yesterday I said Natasha should play maturity. Before you become a distinguished senator in this country, you have to be so mature and to be able to play maturity. What do I mean? Now, he should at least, this one is give and take. If they said he should apologize, what should the submit to apologize? So all these things, he should make sure he move off in the interest of his people who are part or who elected him there. So there may be other position for her in the nearest future. So she should know how to play maturity. Alaji Alabogu from Lalate.
Thank you, Alaji. Oh, you're about to say Moja Musa Nafin Maki Konjulogu. Maybe that's the message for Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaha this morning. At 070-5555-1985. I'm still expecting more calls on the program this morning. Okay, no entry qualifies for 2025 NLNG Awards. Advisory Board declares. I guess that's happening for the first time. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello,
Good starting.
if you do what you are people, nation will vote you. For example, you take from another Enugu state. You do well. If you any vote, they will give you do well. Not passion. If you do another this way, you could get it again. Like sentence is saying you want. Not for anybody. Thank you much.
Thank you. We'll have another way of looking at things. 080-5500-985. That's another number to call to be part of a conversation this morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to speak on security.
Okay. Please, your name, where you're calling from?
I'm not from Okwesha.
Good to have you, sir.
We should try to mobilize, tell our Oba and Bale to do this. If the Bale and Oba they cooperate together, they know the terrain of their place, so that they can call the people, so that all these bandits and influx of these people will be caught. They know each other in the community, so that everybody will be alert on this security. If the Bale and Oba they can cooperate together with this security and Amateco, if they gather together, they know each other, so that this thing will be caught. Especially in the forest area, the environment which is very near to the border. These people they know each other, and then they know the people who are entering. If the Oba and Bale can cooperate together with the help of the government, this thing will be totally eradicated. Thank you.
Well, thank you. But, okay, we can still take more calls. And the program is still conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM. Right, there's also an article here that talks about fragile peace deals with bandits.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Vivo. Good morning, Mr. Paula. I'm Jide. I'm calling from.
Good to have you.
Good morning. Yesterday, you shared someone the of the administrators in River State. I forgot to send the damage administrator to actually talk that came out after that is someone to ask about what the financial transaction they had. Not the River State Assembly. Yesterday they said they wanted to. They are trying to probe him on the financial misappropriation the last 6 months or something like that. And he said there's someone to ask. One thing I'm not clear about is that why is there someone in it about financial records and all that? It's not answering to the president. It's answering to the people of River State. It did not govern over Nigeria. It governed over the government of 6 months. So if they want to probe him, let him be open to probe. The president should just do something this time around, not try to shield him away from that probe. And he should be exposed. If he misbehaves there, he should be dealt with. But I doubt it anyway. But that's what's supposed to be. You cannot use 6 months and be selling billions of naira. If the man appointed the head of state or SSG a day before you left. So I don't know the reason why the rush and why the other one time anyway you appointed the General, you appointed the SSG. Why are you they elect you? Maybe you are just there for attention. So why are you now so apprehensive about other people's matter? So thank you. Good morning.
Thank you. you very much.
Thank you. 070-5555-1985. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am Ademola from Ghana.
Good to have you, Mr. Ademola.
Concerning this matter on oil production, oil exploration. So, maybe at times there are a worry of investing. And government is concerned over eventual sufficiency of oil. So, on the increasing of oil, so Nigeria demand for oil. People demand for oil. So the people need more funding, Nigeria need more funding. So what Nigeria needs is the right technology to find and produce the oil in cost-effective way, and Nigeria must expand production. So according to Wiki, it says more states should embark on more projects. It's a fact. For example, in your state, there was need for infrastructure, cultural development. So the cultural and infrastructural road development. So your state have some tools. So they provide the enabling environment for the people to do what it's supposed to do. So your state need more funding. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Right, our time is fast spent and we have to go on a conversation today. Before we go, remember, say hearty congratulations, happy birthday to Olubadon designate Oba Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja. I think it's on 71 today. And we say congratulations again and again to Baba, to Kabisi, and may your reign be peaceful, and then may you live many more years.
Amen.
All right, we have to go. I'll be back same time tomorrow morning, God willing. My name is Tola Teriba.
And my name is Bimbo Akombi. Thank you very much for listening and enjoy your day.
Conversation.
Oluyole
Good morning, sports fans. A Thursday morning, a wonderful Thursday morning, cool, cold, right here in the city of Ibadan. We're bringing a sporty beat to your listening pleasure. My name is Oluyole, reporting for duty on the program, and on the menu we have a whole lot in the world of sport, of football. We have updates from the Nigeria National League. Major story broke outside the NNL. That was the second tier of men's football league. Now has a major sponsor going into the league. We'll be giving you details into that. We'll also be going straight into Nigeria's various national teams. The under-17 boys, that is The Golden Eaglets will also be going to the camp of the Falconets. That's the under-20 female national team will be engaged in an international game later this weekend in the city of Ibadan. We'll also be going to the camp of the Flying Eagles as they prepare for this year's FIFA Under-20 World Cup. So a whole lot to definitely unpack. I would also be going straight forward. We saw games go down in the League Cup. Fixtures of games went down. I will now have draws for the next round. So that and many more will be coming to your listening pleasure this morning. So just sit back. That's just only a job you have to do this morning. Sit what we've created for you on the program. You can catch us on Facebook, Oluyole 98.5 FM and Oluyole 98.5 FM. Your comments read. Let us know where you're listening from. I'll be giving you a shout out on the program this morning. Apologies to those who I couldn't read their comment from Facebook.